Welcome to 𝐂𝐫𝐻 TV, a division of 𝐂𝐫𝐻 Media and Broadcasting. "95% of our lives are run and created by our subconscious mind programming. Imagine if your subconscious mind is running many negative, disempowering, and self-sabotaging programs. How will that 95% of your life turn out to be? Would you like help to change your subconscious programming into something that works for you and set it to attract and create everything you desire? Join Tamra Oviatt in her show Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer here on 𝐂𝐫𝐻, where she will connect to the source energy and change your subconscious programming by deleting your negative belief systems. Tamra is the founder of Sacred Activations, a subconscious metaprogramming modality that rewires your brain and shifts hundreds of your belief systems so you can break away from lack, pain, and suffering and take control of what you want to create in your life. Tamra has helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, and she is here to help you too. It's not about fighting what you don't want. It's about creating what you do want. And the only way to do that is to change and upgrade your subconscious programming. Let Tamra help you create magic in your world. Tune in every week at Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. I'm Isakov, and I'm just so grateful to Tamra and Debs and everybody for allowing me this opportunity to share, because I love this work, and to be able to share it with the world is really the true gift. So I am one of the practitioners, and I am one of the teachers. I guess you call me a master practitioner. I also do teacher trainings for the level 1, the masters, and also the medical intuitive. And what did I want to say? Oh, I also kind of integrated, I teach yoga on the side, and I've actually integrated, I think it might be the only one in the world, that integrates sacred activations within my restorative yoga classes. So that's kind of cool. So I share it with people here when I teach only the restorative yoga, not the other. So it really helps to deepen their experience. So today, as you saw, the title is Good Vibration. And if you guys remember, if anybody knows the Beach Boys song, good vibration. I really want to talk about the energy body, because ultimately the energy body, the chakras, the 7 layers of your subtle body, and I'm even going to go into esoteric acupuncture a little bit today as well with Mikio Senki, who is actually one of Tamra's main mentors, and I think she would call him a teacher too, to her. So, you know, we are all physical and we are all energetic. And we tend to think of our physical body as our sturdy physical body, which, yes, it is. But do you know that there's also the etheric body, which is also the physical body? And then there's still the emotional body on our subtle body. So we're going to delve deep into that. And hence the name, Good Vibration. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of little things, and I don't think I'm going to go in depth, but you'll get a flavor of the expansive nature that we all are, and our capacity when we acknowledge this stuff, when we know about this stuff, how we can fix the glitches, the little things that kind of go on in our energy body, and how both within us and the chakras and outside of us, and how that can help us lead a more connected to ourselves, to the divine, to our own divine will, and to our truth. And that's kind of what we're going to be covering today. So we are part physical and we are part energy bodies. We actually have an electromagnetic field that extends around 3 feet around our bodies. So we always have energy around us. And when it's clear, when it's connected, it flows through us, but it flows through us from the divine, the universe. But when we have glitches and things going on, in any of these subtle bodies in our chakras, then we're not as connected to the universal flow. I'll delve more into that, don't worry. So you're all familiar probably with the 7 chakras, and I will delve deeper into that today. And they're known as wheels or vortexes. I've actually even had a teacher that called them, said that they were cones, like an ice cream cone, and the big circle faces out. She's the only one that I've ever heard say that. Normally you would hear the wheels. And if you're interested in learning more, Anadia Judith has a book called Wheel of Life, but my favorite has always been Carolyn Mays. And if you don't have this book, Anatomy of the Spirit, get it pronto. And she's a medical intuitive. So I think I've always kind of known I was in tune with that because I've loved her for over 20 years. And the chakras are like our spiritual backbone. It gives us our clarity. When they're aligned and they're flowing, our manifestations are off through the roof. And we just feel more at ease within our being. They pour energy through us, but from the universe into our anatomy, into our body anatomy, excuse me, but it comes from the universal energy. So we can actually, we have the potential to receive so much flow of energy. But, you know, as I always say, it's not always easy being human, is it? Or in this physical body, is it? So this energy flows around us and it flows through us. And there's so much more than what I'm going to cover, but I just want to stick to the chakras and the subtle bodies. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know, but we have been really helped to move to the 5th dimension. That's kind of where everything's moving to. And because of that, all 7 chakras have been upgraded. And on top of that, 6 more chakras were added around the year 2000 to help us with this. And 2020 to 2033 is when we're really being propelled forward to move into 5D, which is greater connection to our guides, our love, greater connection and strength with our love. So I thought I would kind of go over the 7 chakras really briefly, just to kind of give you like the synopsis of all of them. And I will kind of give you an idea as well of how much impact it has. You know, we just know chakras, you know, the red is the green chakra is the heart, but there's a lot more going on. Because you know that innately our physical body is perfect. It's actually perfect. It's all these glitches, both from the energy, but we carry that also from our past lives and our past traumas and our past mishaps and patterns. And they accelerate our aging, they bring on pain, disease, all that stuff. And by the way, that usually starts within the energetic bodies. But most, case by case. So we are energy beings, we are flesh and blood, but we do have this capacity to expand and expand. All right, so the root chakra is kind of the root of the physical body, and it's also the base of your spine. But maybe you didn't know that it also includes your legs and your bones and your feet and also your immune system. So when any of these things are compromised, it's probably from the root chakra. Now, the root chakra is really the first 6 years of your life. And it's that tribal connection. It's that community. It's that cooperation. It's that feeling at home. And if you've had any mishaps, chaos, divorce, or I lived all over, and my parents separated when I was a baby. Then I went to the foster care system. It was all, so when your root is kind of not developed, it impacts all the rest of the chakras. So then you have the abandonment issues. Then you're kind of prone sometimes even to drama and chaos. You're unable to share. You're unable to cooperate. These all come, and loyalty. This all comes from the base, which is the first 6 years of our life. And this is also like really dense. This is like really connecting to our physical body. And as I said, till 6. Then the second chakra, which is your sacral area, it's your sexual organs, it's your large intestines, it's your lower vertebrae, like your lower back, and the pelvis, and bladder and hips are also part of this. Now, this holds your creativity if it's balanced, But if you have stress, specifically money stress, survival, but money is a biggie, that's related to the second chakra, and that's related to your lower back as well. And power and control and sensuality in relationships, that's all, not just intimate relationships, but all relationships really here. And this goes to kind of preteen time, preteen, so I guess 12-ish. And that's your second chakra. The third chakra is probably the one that you hear all about all the time, and about the power. Are you stepping into your power? Are you living in your zone of genius, you know? And that's your solar plexus, just above the belly button. And of course, it's your stomach, your upper intestines, your liver, your gallbladder. Yeah, it's actually, well, I was just gonna say that liver holds your anger and frustrations, and your gallbladder, they work together. And gallbladder is about decisions, decisiveness, not being able to make decisions. And the kidneys and the pancreas and also the adrenal glands are part of this. And I mean, the adrenal glands, don't get me started. I'd say most people have an out of whack, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, it's not a swear word, adrenal glands. And it's the middle of the spine, and it's also your spleen. So yeah, so it's fear lives here. I would say even anxiety lives here. I mean, the collective is in fear. That's really is the third dimension. That's the program that Tamra talks about all the time. And that's how we've lost touch. We've lost all intimacy with our third chakra, but we can get it back. So it's responsibility. It's your personal power, responsibility for yourself and also for others as well. Now, the fourth chakra is kind of the bridge to, so the fourth chakra and below are all physical, like kind of denser energy. When we get above the fourth chakra, then we're starting to connect to the divine. But, well, actually not but. And that's why you can see why tending to the heart is imperative. You don't have to be a spiritual being or a healer to see the importance of this, just as a human being, living life, trying to do the best you can, connected in all parts of you. And by the way, anahata, which is in Sanskrit, the heart chakra, actually translates to unfathomable, which is ironic because we always say broken heart, broken-hearted, but actually your heart is super strong. It's super strong. And when we get this chakra stronger and like a diamond, because right now, as one of my teachers calls, you know, we're all like a diamond in the rough. What? No, we need to shine. I even just got goosebumps, like we need to shine bright. So the heart, of course, is your emotion, it's compassion, forgiveness. You're holding on to resentment, it's going to keep your heart closed from trusting, not just others, but you as well. Your circulatory system, your lungs, which hold your grief and your sadness. So it makes sense that your lung is the organ for the heart. Shoulders, arms. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. I love this. I never forgot this when I heard this. In the womb, your arms expand from your heart. Whew, just got goosebumps, which could be another reason why the Chinese meridian, heart meridian, actually goes up the inner arm, actually into your armpit as well. Isn't that cool? So that's why the power of the hugs, because when you're hugging, it's like, it's a heart bond, literally, because that's where the arms came from. Oh my gosh. Diaphragm, of course. And most people have an unregulated diaphragm because of holding stress and trauma. Ribs and breasts. And the thymus. If you're overcritical, if you're judgmental, self-loathing, all of that is kind of here. Work on forgiveness and compassion. It will change your life without, like, in ways that you didn't even imagine. But this is the bridge to the upper chakras and to your connection to the divine. So then we move to the fifth chakra. And this one's actually also super important. This is your divine will. So of course your thyroid, your throat, your trachea, your neck, your mouth, your teeth, your gums. And by the way, when we go through ascension symptoms, and that makes sense, right? Because if you think that the heart is the bridge, when we go through ascension symptoms, oftentimes people talk about their neck or their gums. Because there's, it's a bit of a recalibration as we open up and move up energetically. Also, parathyroid gland as well. So all of these, there'll be a lot of little tidbits here. So just bear with me. I'm not going to delve deep into things. I'm just going to give you the beautiful umbrella. Umbrella, Ella. So divine will, authority of your life, authority of your truth, your conscious self. It is actually emotional nature, your throat. And when we kind of question our willpower, or we also kind of question the spiritual part and our connection to God. That's also here. So there's things to work out. All right. So releasing the personal will and following your dreams, all of that lives here. But you can see how it's all kind of opening you up to your truth, and of course the expansive nature and a capacity to make decisions, which I said before is also your gallbladder. But you have to trust yourself, and you have to be the authority of your life. And starting to align with God, whatever God is for you. So the sixth chakra is your ajna, your third eye. And it's your brains, your eyes, your ears, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland. But really, I always say, when I have this only like a moment to talk about it, is like it's when it's your intuitive sense, it's your wisdom. When our intellect has a lot of talk with the intuition, and usually it's the intellect that wins, right? So I will be running a few things today to kind of help with managing the ego, so the ego works with you. The other thing that causes a lot of issues here is your psyche. Oh gosh, I wish I had more time to talk about the psyche. So this part is the power of the mind, the evolved mental and the reasoning abilities. But our psyche is so powerful, and we hold so much trauma, whether it's our own, from our past lives, from our parents, from our homeland, even if you weren't born there, that the psyche is so powerful. And it kind of keeps us in our survival mode. As long as we are in survival mode, it really is hard to start to listen to our intuitive sense and our wisdom. So it's a chakra of wisdom. Yeah. And I always say there's always a battle between the intuition and the intellect, like a debate. So manage your nervous system, manage your fight or flight, which is your nervous parasympathetic. You want to be more in parasympathetic. Okay. The rest and digest. This is actually also emotional intelligence. So we tend to kind of categorize mental, emotional, but you'll see as I go further how they all blend together. Emotional, mental, physical, all of them work together. Seventh chakra, the crown. I don't know if you guys know, but the symbol for the crown is 1,000-petaled lotus. Love that. And if you ever have that vision when you're meditating, you're probably working on opening up your seventh chakra. So this is your muscular system, your skeletal system, your skin, and it's really getting intimate with the divine. Trusting life, selflessness, service, inspiration, your creativity skyrockets. You no longer worry, you're in action mode. But remember that this is like it's like a little staircase. Yeah. Listening to your inner guidance, your inner insights, your spiritual awakening. By the way, if you've ever gone through the dark night of the soul, which I did in it lasted a while, 2008 to 2010, when you're in your deepest, they actually mention this here, is when you begin to surrender, because like there's just nowhere else to go, like you're in pure darkness, that you start to pray, you start to believe, and that's when you surrender. And that's actually when a lot of this stuff unravels. So even though the dark night of the soul is unbearable, sometimes you don't want to get out of bed, or even face life, or even face yourself. If you are able to surrender and move through that, ooh, I guess I'm kind of proof of that, because that was the beginning. That was the beginning for me. So as I said to you, in 2000, there were 6 more chakras. And I know you've heard of the 13 chakras if you've been coming here. And I'll just talk briefly about the Earth Star, which is also known as the super root chakra, and it's 12 feet below your body. So it's outside your body, but it doesn't connect you just to the earth. It also connects you to the human race. So it's all, everything is coming to the oneness. No more separation, no more. And then of course the 7 chakras, and then the soul star. I will talk about that. And that's also about the oneness, about listening to your soul's purpose, and about listening to your higher self. Then there's the spirit chakra, universal chakra, galactic chakra, and divine gateway chakra. That's the 13 that you've heard about all those times. And you wondered, what are those 13? So these are the chakras. Now I'm going to move to the subtle bodies. The subtle bodies, each layer, there's 7 layers, like an aura or rings. They align with the chakras that we have along the Sushumna Nadi, the spine, or the energy highway, but they also have their own chakras, which I will not be getting into, because then that would be, how much time do you have? So as we move further away from the body, the energies, the vibrations, the frequencies, and the fields get faster and faster and faster. So most dense, faster, 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 faster. So 7 bodies vibrate all at different frequencies and interact energetically with both the physical and the non-physical worlds. Oh, okay. This is what we're going to work on. So you guys are in for magical, is there a word dynamic? No, diamond. We're going to make you shine. Basically, in short, because I can't say that word. It's knowing this will help you navigate your spiritual journey. And when we understand more, we don't need to understand everything, guys. If you just start to understand little bits making sense, that's all you need. So I heard the other day, you just need to know 12 things about something and you've got all covered. I love that. Okay. So yeah, so as I said, they correlate with the 7 chakras, but they all have their own chakras as well. And they all have their own different names. So the etheric body is actually the one that's closest to your physical body. And basically when we're tending to the etheric body, we're tending to your physical body. It's actually only a couple of inches away from you. And it's the lowest vibrational frequency. It's the most dense, of course, because closest to your body. So, when that has glitches, it moves the glitches into your physical body. The layer after that is the emotional body. Yes, another one. And it's 3 inches from the body. And this dictates your feelings, of course. This aura will actually change, this part will change color as your emotions change. It's kind of cool, right? Depending on your emotions. So when you know you have a problem with this body is when you are easily triggered, like you're volatile. When you have anxiety and depression, which is actually a lot of my clients. When you frequently argue or you want to argue, like you're just like ready for the next fight, verbal fight, I guess maybe otherwise. Then the body after that is the mental body, 3 to 8 inches from the body. Of course, your mental processes. And when that is working, when that's clear, it's your imagination. It's your memory and information gathering. And if it's higher frequency and it's yellow. When you're deep in thought, if people can see the aura, it's like, oh, she's looking really yellow. But this will change colors as well, depending on what's going on with the emotional body, which does change colors. The astral body is the one that I'll talk. So this is the bridge to the physical body. So this is from the astral body beyond is when we're really getting to the spiritual realms, kind of like when I talked about the chakras. So the bodies closest to the body are more dense and lower frequencies, and the ones further away are less dense and higher frequency, faster. And this is used for astral body projection. You know, I had a teacher once, and she said when she's sleeping, she astrally projects, and she teaches courses in India or other places. Yeah. So it's like out of body experiences. I've actually done astral projection a few times. I would be very careful if you want to delve into that. There are some things really to take care of before you, like there's some pieces to make sure you know before you go and do that. When you are astrally open, you will attract people to you. Like you should see sometimes, like, how did they find me? They're all the way in Ghana and or Singapore. You're astrally aligned, so it reaches far and wide. There's a real benefit to this. And then we have the etheric template. This is about 2 feet, and this is the blueprint for your physical body. You know, blueprint is like it's like an energetic print, but generally it has glitches and little tears and holes. It's a diamond in the rough, in short. This is where you get into parallel lives. I don't know if you've seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is a very intense movie, but that is all about borrowing from your parallel lives to help you in your time today. It's a kind of an intense movie, so I don't know how it won the Oscar, because I think a lot of people did not understand that movie. So perfecting this pattern will help you shine as a diamond. Yeah, so I can say so much more about this body, but all the karmic traumas, etc., are kept also in this one. So this is why clearing all that stuff is also important. And I'm so glad that it's more out there now about this stuff. Then we have the celestial body, and that connects us to the divine through the heart chakra. Can you see how they all work together? And allows you to reach new levels of awareness and connectedness, and aligns you with the universe, with pure bliss, with joy, with unconditional love. Wow. I don't know if I'm even there yet, but I know that I do judge. I don't even judge anymore. The judgment will keep you really stuck in those. Then the last body is the causal body. And this is the body that goes with you with every lifetime, because this contains your soul, and your soul goes on with you with every lifetime. It hops the lifetimes, I guess. But it keeps the knowledge of the lower bodies. Does that make sense? And that's how we carry in our DNA, in our cells, all the traumas. And this is 5 feet from your body. So it has the highest vibration is gold. So if you ever see gold when you're meditating or doing high vibration energies, or when you get the activations today, if you start to feel gold, you're opening up the causal body. Excuse me. And causal really is what's caused this stuff in this lifetime, is the things from the past life, right? So it's a reincarnation. The causal body retains the information of the other bodies below it into the next lifetime. So when you connect to the past life through hypnosis, it's often actually going through the causal body. So today we are going to clear some of the glitches. We're going to fine tune your blueprint. We're going to align your chakras. We're going to clear the digital recordings of your DNA that's holding some of that stuff that we don't need, and cells. And we're going to bring you back to the bright diamond that you are. But before we do that, we're going to be taking a short break.
Om Times TV. Do you want to go deeper into sacred activations, which is a subconscious metaprogramming process? Tamra Oviatt is inviting you to visit her website at tamraoviatt.com to sign up and get lifetime access to 3 free activations that you can listen to anytime you want or as often as you need. If you like what Tamra does and like to incorporate sacred activations into your life, she also offers live webinars, masterclasses, and practitioners training to further support your healing, manifestations, and expansion. There are hundreds of activations on her website that address different aspects of your life: money, health, relationships, intuitive abilities, and more. Head over to her website at tamraoviatt.com and experience the magic of sacred activations. Thank you for listening. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. 𝐸𝐻 Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, 𝐸𝐻 offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an 𝐸𝐻 magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on 𝐸𝐻 TV and broadcasting it across the extensive 𝐸𝐻 radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. 𝐸𝐻. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
All right, we are back. Get comfortable, maybe get a glass of water next to you, sit, lay down. If you're new to energy work, especially sacred activations, I would sit with your feet on the ground, but it's always up to you. And just take a few expansive breaths. Let every exhale bring you further into your body. And next exhale, feel the Sushumna Nadi. Imagine it's like the spine, kind of. And next exhale, go down through the Sushumna Nadi and keep going down, down, down through all the layers of Mother Earth until you get to the heart of Mother Earth, the center. And just know that you are safe there. You are grounded. And from that place, accept to receive, because you always have divine will, whether you choose to accept or not. I'm going to start with Fruit of Life Sacred Activation to crystallize and fine-tune and balance all 13 of your chakras. And it's funny, they're really going strong on the heart. If you're seeing the lime green, I think they're saying, yep, Allah, we're going to get them connected to the higher realms if it's the last thing. Junk DNA, clearing the digital recordings of things that are not serving you from lifetimes and your ancestors' lifetimes. Cellular cleansing, sacred activations, like let's brighten those cells. Diamond, shining bright like a diamond. And this is where I'm going to put Kundalini rising. Still the chakras, but we're going to awaken the serpent. Diamond DNA, sacred activation. Accept to receive. Continuously give yourself permission to clear, to heal, to receive all the goodness and all the light. Reptilian brain reset, sacred activation. Duality release, sacred activation. Oh, you guys needed this one. Like they're just going to town on this one. They say that this is what's truly keeping you in suffering. Spiritual ego. This works both ways to keep you in balance, whether you are too humble or whether you're more the other way. It just brings you into balance. Stay humble. It will serve you well. Flower of life. This is sacred geometry. This is heart stuff. It connects your two hearts. So your heart, your Anahata chakra, and in the energy as well. And actually, a lot of people don't know there's the physical heart, the energetic heart, and there's also the spiritual heart on the right. But this is sacred geometry. And I'm going to stack that with a diamond heart, which strengthens your heart. So I'm going to be quiet for a few moments I'll start running both of those slightly apart, but I'll be quiet. And I just got the song Shine Like a Diamond by Rihanna. Third to the fifth chakra, So moving it to the fifth dimension from the third, and the fifth is about love, greater connection to other realms. I'm going to move on to divine will, sacred activation, your divine truth, your divine purpose. Accept to receive. The original blueprint, fixing, mending all the glitches in your energetic tapestry. Going back to your original blueprint. Universal codes of oneness. Allow them to enter. Just know you are ready to accept. Because the world needs you now more than ever, in whichever way you're showing up. So I got the okay to run this from my team. So we're going to go for it. Crystal skull, sacred activations. Ooh, it's already going. And it awakens your consciousness. Here we go. Crystal skull, sacred activation. Whoa. You guys are so receptive. Thank you. Wow. Well, that is running. I'm actually going to do esoteric acupuncture from 𝐂𝐫𝐿. And I'm going to awaken or brighten up your, it's called the golden triangle. I will talk you through it, where I'm going to put the needle, the esoteric acupuncture. And even if you're not sure what that is, it's going in there. Yes, just trust. So it's a point, the occiput, just that little knobby part right at the bottom center of your skull. Just below that is the D20, excuse me, D16, the Feng Fu point. So I'm going to put the needle, the acupuncture needle for all of you guys right in that spot, just poof, right below the occiput. Just accept to receive. And while that's going in there, I'm going to run the Godhead sacred activation to help infuse and open up the amygdala, the Godhead, the pineal gland. Okay, so that's the first point. The second point is your ajna, your third eye. So I'm going to be putting an acupuncture point, right, esoteric acupuncture point right into your third eye. And then the third point is the crown chakra, the right in the middle, but go slightly behind it. Even don't worry, it's going to know where to go. And I'm putting that point in as well. And that's the golden triangle from just below the occiput, your third eye, and just behind the crown chakra spot. And I'm connecting those dots. And the Godhead is just amplifying that as well. It will dissolve. It will dissolve on its own, but not yet. So while that's running, I'm going to run the universal life grid to give you protection. Ease and grace, sacred activation. The energy is going to run for several hours, even a few days, and then there's the integration. But make your way down, down, down through all the layers of Mother Earth until you get to the heart of Mother Earth. And basic in that grounding, support, integration, healing. Next inhale, make your way to your heart chakra, your diamond heart, your strong, brave, compassionate, and loving heart. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. When you are ready, you may open up your eyes. Drink water, take care of yourselves. It was not going live till you were. As always, it's such an honor to be part of Om Times. Thank you, Tamra and Debs, for allowing me the privilege to share. Bye for now. Bye for now.